right, so these are my audience today, my lovely wife and lovely sister.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being part of this speech today.
Looking forward to learning from you. Yes.
And now we're going to do a little crinkly and turn the camera back around so they can focus on me. Sorry for the effects there. So my name is Jesse White, and today we are all giving our final assignment of the demo speech. So today I'm going to be talking about building guanxi in China, in a Chinese society. So before I get started, I guess, have you heard the term guanxi before? I know many of you may not speak Chinese, and even if you've heard that word, you might think it sounds a little strange. It sounds very familiar to building a social network, something that all of us, I believe, have, including people who use Facebook, or your circle of friends, your classmates. So having a social network is something that we're all very familiar with, but in China it's something that is not only nice to have, it's extremely practical, and it is used very often. So my first point today I want to talk about is the importance of having a strong social network in China. As my wife was here in the audience today could tell you, we face this extremely importantly when our children need to go see the doctor. If you know a surgeon yourself personally and have a personal relationship with one, maybe they're your neighbor, maybe they are the parent of one of your children's classmates from school. When you need to go to the doctor and you need to get care, you can ask for special help. You can ask to be treated as a VIP. And this is something that is very common to use in China. People do not just go to a doctor when they do not know them. They will first check who do they know and who do the people that they know. So you can use it when you see a doctor, as we have multiple times for our children and for our own health. Secondly, in education, if you know someone who works in a good school, you have a higher chance of being accepted to that school. You have a higher chance of not getting something unfair or unethical, but having a better opportunity to get it. Because in China, a country with 1.4 billion people, you also face a situation that simply the mass of people who all would like to get the same favor and the same opportunity that you have and that you want, they cannot get it. So you use your relationships. And then third, of course, would be business. Business is an extremely important thing in everyone's life, in everyone's country. But in China, when you want to get a service, people do not first go check online to see the best reviews or to see what has the highest ratings. They first think, who do they know who provides that service, who sells that product? And they go to that person first. So there's an extremely strong permanence of using social networks in China. So those are the importance and the benefits of having a social network in China. Well, my second point today is, how do you build guanxi in China? I think all of us, whether subconscious or not, we are building social contacts, friendships, circles around us. But in China, there are some specific steps that you might take. And some of these I'll be sharing from my own personal experience, and some of these are from the source that I researched, which is from the Asia Pacific Journal of Management on the intricacies of Chinese guanxi, a process model of guanxi development by Xiaoping Chen. And basically they divided guanxi into 3 sequential steps. The first of this is initiating guanxi. You've got to go out and you've got to start it. You've got to meet people. You've got to develop friendships by going to talk to your colleagues or talk to the people at the front desk, or when you're riding on a subway or riding in a bus. Initiate contact with other people. Doesn't really matter if they're strangers. Chinese talk about you all the time. When I walk down the street, they're not usually talking about my good looks, unfortunately, but they'll be talking about me. Take the opportunity to talk to those people who are talking about you in a friendly way. So initiating contact. Secondly, building the relationship after it's been first developed. After you meet someone, get a follow-up contact from them. Of course, in China, we use a social media application known as WeChat. Everybody gives their WeChat information. Write to the people. Set up a follow-up contact with them. Invite them to dinner. Invite them to, Chinese love to do 3 things: eat, drink, and play. 吃喝玩. So you would go and invite them to a meal. You'd go and spend time together with them. Of course, China has a very strong drinking society, which although I personally do not overly espouse to, the benefit of spending quality time with your Chinese friends in a social setting, whether you're eating together, whether you're drinking together, and as Chinese like to call it, playing together, which is basically going out and doing things together. Chinese tend to associate with people that they know and people that they like. And you can do that by eating together with them, drinking together with them, and going out and playing or doing things together with them. So those would be the first two steps of initiating and then building the second step in the relationship. The third step is finally using the relationship you have built, or using your guanxi. Basically, at some point in time, you need a favor. And when you need a favor, going to people who know you, who you've built a personal rapport with through doing the things that we just said, where you initiated a contact with them, you spent time with them doing something quality together, and then lastly, you asked for their assistance. Now, you can expect this to be reciprocal. You can expect your Chinese friends to initiate this with you, and sometimes not as slowly as you might be expecting. They might very quickly pass to the third step. When this happens, realize that although perhaps taxing, perhaps an extra trouble for you, you're getting also an opportunity to take your relationship with this person to the third step, that of being able to not only help them, but in the future to ask for their help as well. So Chinese relationship building in 3 easy steps. First of all, initiate the contact. Second of all, build it. Do something together. Eat, drink, play, do something as friends. And then thirdly, use it. Both your contacts and expect your contacts will use yours. So if you ever have a chance to be in a situation, whether in China or with Chinese around the world, this can be of some help to you. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching,
Really
Jessie
enjoyed
White.
it.
Thank you as well for telling us.